Hi everybody, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll be running through a little bit about Sourced as a company. We'll then lead on to a bit about the current project which we have, which is the Wigan project, the Observer building. And then finally we'll look at how to invest and investing in peer-to-peer platforms as a whole. Let's get started. So we'll run through the core values here at Sourced. So we believe that everything that we do is a commitment to our customers. We put them at the heart of everything that we do, all the way through, whether it's investing, whether it's through the different arms of our business. We're always transparent. That's why we work on peer-to-peer basis. So it's on a debt base. So we look at the term, we make it as simple as possible, the term of a project, and then we look at the return. And it's as simple as that on a debt-based peer-to-peer service. We take risk seriously, which we'll run through quite a bit over the course of the webinar. We're as honest as we can be. We've got reviews on Trustpilot and on Google for the peer-to-peer platform. And we're constantly looking at improving our service, whether that's through our platform evolving and changing over time, whether it's through different projects that we come and bring forward. And obviously we listen to our customers' feedback. So if you've got any over past projects that you've invested in, or when you log into the platform, you see anything that we may be able to improve on, please do let us know. So an overview of Sourced. We've got developments all over the UK with now 70 offices. At the present time, we've got over £277 million worth of property in the pipeline in the UK. Our major flagship development is one in Manchester with a gross development value just over £150 million. We always give our investors a fee-free experience when investing into any of our projects, and you can earn up to 12% return. The current project and the project that I'll be talking to you about today is the Observer building in Wigan. So the borrowers on this one exchanged the contracts, and it's a quite unique building in the centre of Wigan town. What we're aiming to do with planning permission granted will be transfer the office block into 18 apartments. We'll have a look later on in the slides at the floor plan, how that's going to look, and the exit strategy as well. So the borrowers on this project are looking at raising £792,000 for the purchase and the conversion. And we'll be looking to exit through a sale to the open market within an 18-month period. This project will estimate a profit margin of 21% on sale of the converted property. This was valued through an independent RICS valuer and surveyor. The investors will also be utilised £338,000 towards the purchase price of £686,500. So that will be the remaining balance will be from the cash injection coming in through the borrowers on this project. So we'll run through a few of the figures here now on the project. We've got the loan amount, which, as I mentioned a minute ago, is £792,000. The forecasted gross development value on this project is £1,440,000. The loan interest rate for investors investing up to £20,000 is 10% per annum, with a bonus investing over 20,000 of 2%, which will take it to 12%. The loan term on this one is looking at 18 months, so a nice long term for when you're looking to park your funds for quite a while to generate a nice healthy return. So anybody that's investing over 20,000 over the length of the term, you'll be looking at 18% return on investment. The repayment of your interest will be at the end of the term. That's when all capital and investments are returned through to investors. The security on this particular project, we have first legal charge, including borrower's equity and a personal guarantee. The loan exit, as I've mentioned, is a conversion and sale in the open market. Planning permission has already been approved, and as I mentioned, the RICS independent valuation has been completed. The SAS compatible is this project, and you are also ISA compatible. So if you've set up an ISA in the last 12 months and you've not utilised any funds in that ISA, you're still able to open a new ISA and put funds into an ISA with ourselves, with our IF ISA. In this project is £250. Let's break down those figures a little bit further. The purchase price is £686,500. There is a cash injection from the borrower of £348,500, which will go towards that purchase price. The cost of works is £450,000, and legals coming in at £4,000, taking the total cost to £1,100,500, which gives our total loan required to £792,000, with the forecasted GDV coming in at £1,440,000. Profit margin for the developers is looking at 21%. The loan to value against GDV is 55%, and the loan to value of purchase price is 50%, with a full loan to value against the works. Again, if anybody's got any questions regarding any of the figures, any of the facts or the project, please do ask them away and I'll try and answer them as best as I can running through the webinar. So the property itself was recently refurbished in 2017. It's currently standing as offices. So the actual building itself is spread across 3 floors. There's minimal structural work required, so it's more of a change of use and internal renovations. So we'll be keeping quite a few of the original features, which I'll run through on the floor plans in a couple of minutes. And it's situated right in the heart of Wigan Town Centre. This building actually has been used for many years as the local newspaper offices. That's the reason the building's called the Observer Building. So here we've got a little bit of the floor plans. We've got them in a couple of slides a little bit later on a little bit larger scale. But as you can see, we've got 18 self-contained apartments in here. They're all bedroom apartments, which is perfect for the local area. The planning was gained through Wigan Borough Council, and the copy of the planning consent and drawings can be found on our platform once the project goes live. Before we run through security and how we take this seriously, on this particular project, all of these are in place. So the first legal charge is a first legal charge against the property for the full loan amount by the following solicitors, which will come later on in the slides, and acting on behalf of the security trustee. The personal guarantee is in place. So the borrower on this project has provided a personal guarantee that will be drafted by the solicitors, acting on behalf again of the security trustee. The funds in the project are always worked through drawdown. So drawdown is a method to keep funds secure and safe and only utilised when needed. So in the slides previously, we talked about how the purchase price will be used against as well as the borrower's funds. So the remaining balance will be kept in an FCA regulated account, which won't be touched until a draft letter from a quantity surveyor, which is an independent quantity surveyor, will monitor the work that's taken place so far, agree that further funds are required for the further stages of the development. Once that's been agreed, the FCA regulated account will release funds allowing the developer to continue the work required. It's not as if we give our borrower the full amount of money to start with. A couple of benefits for this: it allows us to step into the project at any point. Should we need to as a company, we can step in, finish the works, because the property will be exactly where it needs to be, with the funds allocated separately that we can retain and utilise. As I mentioned, we are FCA regulated. So Sourced is a trading name of JARC 1 Limited, which is the appointed representative of Rebuilding Society Limited. So a little bit about the area where the property is. So Wigan is effectively almost right in the middle of Manchester and Liverpool, and the Observer building is right within the heart of the town centre. It's around about 2 or 3 minutes walk from the train stations, which have direct services going straight through to London and over to Manchester and Liverpool. You can usually reach those in around about 30 minutes. So local businesses within touching distance of the building are the NHS and Wigan Council offices. Wigan College is around about 6 minutes walk away. There are also plans as well to extend the Bolton University campus and bring a couple of campuses over to Wigan. That will again increase the desire for properties like these. Here we are. We have limited time to invest in this project. We're going live tomorrow at 10 AM. The project is due to be on the platform for around about 3 weeks. So we do expect it to fund quickly, and it's unlikely to be on the platform for that long. Wigan is at the minute a really good place to invest. Over the last couple of years has been a huge increase in property prices. And the reason for that, if I'm going to skip just a couple of slides, we'll come back to the floor plan. So we've got a 20% growth over the last 5 years. So it's a perfect time to be looking to purchase in the Wigan area. So for any investor at the back end of the project, it should be a nice, quick, simple sale. So the area itself in Wigan is 70% looking at open space at 77 square miles, including golfing ranges, you've got golf courses, fisheries, sailing and rambling areas, and it's also home to Wigan Athletic and Wigan Warriors. So here we see the proposed floor plans. So work it from the ground floor, well, with the basement floor, which will be just utilised as storage. Every single apartment will have storage. You can see on here just about how it's segmented up into storage 1 to 18. So further on up, you'll see the proposed ground floor plan. From here, then you've got the first floor plan and the second floor plan. So we'll be utilising 3 of the floors and also utilising the basement as well as storage for the apartments. Here we go. We briefly ran through this a little minute ago, but we've seen over the last few years, there's been an injection of £1.3 million in the urban plaza. We've got the Grand Arcade as well that opened quite a few years ago. 2 train stations. It's a fantastic place to look to invest and for us to generate a project like this where you can all invest into. So the borrower on this particular project is Stephen Moss, who is our director. Stephen's been in property for more than 26 years now. He's converted many similar projects to this and a lot of larger projects. So one that I mentioned earlier, which is our flagship development, is Regent Plaza, which is 525 new apartments in the heart of Manchester on Regent Road, and that has a GDV of £150 million. He's got a development in Liverpool, which is a 34 new build apartments with a GDV of 4.2 million. And he's got a development in Warrington with a serviced accommodation conversion with a GDV of £450,000. So the company that will be purchasing this will be Rowlands Warrington Limited. This is a limited company set up purely for the purchase and development of this property here we see today. So down at the bottom, you'll see that we have, upon completion of the application, the borrower, Stephen in this case, was subject to a credit check. A financial review took place, including reviewing bank statements, affordability statement, assets. What we do with all of that, we enter that into our risk statement, which will be clearly shown on the due diligence document that we can send out following this webinar. So what I mentioned earlier on, the exit strategy for this particular project will be a sale on the open market, and interest will be repaid, and the capital that you've invested in at the end of the loan term. The loan term on this particular project is 18 months. So here you see a little bit about the solicitors and the conveyancing team. I've got a couple of special offers for this particular project. One that I've mentioned earlier on, we have a 2% cashback for anybody that is looking to invest over £20,000. That will take the total interest per annum to 12%, which in turn will take the total return on investment over the length of the project to 18%. You'll also receive a £50 bonus for an investment of £500 or more, which will go through to your portal at the end of the term as well. Other ways that you can generate extra income is to refer a friend. You can earn up to £250 for referring any colleagues, any friends, any family members over to the platform once they invest into the project, or any other project for that matter. So you receive £50 for any investment of £1,000 or more, £100 for investments of £5,000 or more, £150 for more than £10,000, and £250 for more than £20,000. So ways that you can invest. So there's a few ways that we've got labelled here. The most poignant one at the minute, one that I'm talking about pretty much hourly, is the IF Innovative Finance ISA. So this is similar to a stocks and shares ISA. However, the same rules apply. So you can only invest up to £20,000 per tax year. However, there's a couple of benefits using a ISA rather than a regular interest account, regular investment account. One of them is tax treatment. So it acts as a tax wrapper, effectively, using the Innovative Finance ISA. You're able to, at the end of the term, when all of the investment and interest has been realised, you're able to either reinvest that tax-free, or you're able to withdraw that into your bank account completely tax-free. The other way that you can invest is through a regular investment. So you can invest from as little as £250 right the way through to the total amount that's required for this project, which is £792,000. It's a simple, easy process to do that, which we'll run through in a second. Another way to invest into the project is by looking to invest your pension. So you're able to utilise a SIP or a SAS pension, and you're able to invest that against this project. This is a SAS approved project. If you'd like any more questions or answers on that, please do let me know. So how to invest. Easiest way and quickest way, quite a lot of the participants tonight are registered on Sourced already, and I've already got the portal set up and ready to invest with identification being verified. But if you log into sourcecapital.co, register online, select the project. This one is our observer building project, and you can invest to earn up to 12% per annum. This project, as I mentioned, goes live tomorrow at 10 a.m. So please do make sure that you're able to log in as soon as you're able to. The last project, which was a just shy of £300,000 raise, actually fully funded within 5 minutes. So this one's quite a bit larger. We expected to be on the platform a little bit longer than 5 minutes. But please do, if you are interested, log into the platform tomorrow morning and do pledge and get in touch through either email. My details will pop up in just a second. We've just had a question. What is the maximum investment? The maximum investment in this particular project is the full loan amount. So you're able to invest up to £792,000 and from as little as £250. Thank you very much for the question. So here we are, contact us. There's Stephen, who's the Managing Director of Sourced, myself, John Wilson, who's the Relationship Director. We've got Paul Horton at the end, which is our Platform Manager. Email address, which will come through to myself, Stephen and Paul, is just on there, which is capital@sourced.co. The phone number, which will go through to the office, which is Monday to Friday, 9 till 5:30, is just there as well, and a link to the website. Oh, another question's just popped on. Can I move an existing ISA? Yes, you are able to transfer an ISA over. It's just as simple, really, as opening a brand new ISA. So all that you'll need to do, the same process applies. If you go onto the platform, you go through to register. Once you've registered, you'll need to verify your ID, go through an appropriateness test. Once you've done that, you'll be able to then add funds and pledge. So if you click the Add Funds button, go onto the IF ISA and click on to transfer the ISA. You'll be able to follow that through. It'll give you a documentation that you just need to fill in. You'll need to sign that document, send it back over to ourselves, and then we'll look to sort the transfer for you. The difference between a transfer to a setup of a new ISA is you're able to transfer as much as what you've got in an ISA over a period of time. So if you've invested 20,000 per year over the last 2, 3, 4 years, and you're now sitting on an ISA worth, let's say, £60,000, you're actually able to full amount to a different ISA provider. So it's nice and easy, simple to set up. It's different to not being able to go over the £20,000 limit. But if you've put funds into an ISA over the last probably 11 months now up until April the 5th, you're not able to put funds into a new ISA. So a transfer of ISA, if you're looking to invest through the ISA, is a very good way. And then come April the 6th, you're able to then set up a brand new ISA with a brand new allocation over time. Hope that made it nice and clear for you. The next question, can I call someone and have a chat before investing? Yes, of course. We are, as I mentioned, open 9 till 5. What I'll do just shortly after the after the webinar, I'll send over my direct phone, pretty much free for a call at any point. I can send over a due diligence document as well, which will go into a little bit more depth than just a webinar. And we'll talk about different options, how to invest, what your goals are ultimately through investing, and see if it's something that's perfectly right for yourself. Anybody else? Any more questions? Oh, no one coming through. Perfect. Thank you very much for everything that we've run through today. Thank you for your time on a Monday evening. If you have got any questions, like I've just explained, pop up, send an email, log in online. You've got a live chat functionality online as well, again, which is pretty much open all of the evening. So any questions you do have that you've not been able to answer today, just come on board and have a chat. Thank you very much. Speak to you all soon.